Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins and our lovely, bubbly singer-songwriter all the way from the Bahamas. This guy's repping it big. And you just want to check him out. It's called Dyson Knight, and he's in the studio with us, and we're going to be probing him. We're going to really, really probe him today.
Oh, how exciting.
So, can you tell us who writes your songs?
Well, I do most of the writing of my personal material.
Brilliant.
In fact, I do most of the writing and production on a lot of my personal material.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, I like being different. I like being unique. I want to sound like myself.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to be myself in my record. So
right.
I take a lot of creative control.
Right.
On that stuff.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So, what particular style would you describe your music as? I know we've talked about soca, but
well, my style, I'm pretty much eclectic. What I'm blending here, with a lot of my recordings, my first album, Singles Volume 1, and also with Carnival Day, my soca album, is R&B vocals.
Yeah.
Well, some R&B vocals mixed with the soca vocals.
Yeah.
And then the rhythmic nature of Junkanoo music. Junkanoo with being native to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much pulled from drum work that the birthplace of that percussive structures from Africa.
Yeah.
So it has a tribal feel, and the Junkanoo music, the actual structure of Junkanoo music is celebration music. It's celebration drum. So whenever there's a celebration in Africa, you would hear this type of percussive movement in the drum work, and that is the pretty much used in our Junkanoo music here. So I mix that Junkanoo music with the soca music and with the R&B music, and just let it flow. Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah,
I can tell you, I've listened to Dyson Knight's songs, and they really, really get you jumpy. Trust me. Trust me. Yeah. So, do you write covers, or is it just mainly your own materials?
No, mainly my own materials. I have performed, I haven't released and recorded, I have recorded a few covers, but I haven't released a lot of them.
Yeah.
The last cover that I did perform was, I did a rake and scrape Junkanoo. Rake and scrape is another genre of Bahamian music. In fact, it's the only other genre of Bahamian music.
Right.
But I did a remake for John Legend's.
Is it Ordinary People?
What's the name of the song? No, it's not Ordinary People.
Right.
It's been a while since it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
I just can't remember it right now.
Well, that's fine. Yeah.
All of Me.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that song.
All of Me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to find because what's going on with that is I did approach his team about getting permission to retail the song.
Yeah.
And I have not heard
back from them.
Finalized that. Well, I've heard back from them.
Yeah.
It's still negotiating because he was on the All of Me tour. In fact, I probably touch base with them a bit later today. Now that I'm remembering it.
Yeah.
Because it was a cool remake of the song. You know, some of the DJs got a hold of it here and they play it again and again in the Bahamas. So.
Wow, brilliant.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So
I'm not afraid of covers, you know.
No.
Covers are cool.
Yeah.
Covers are good stuff.
Yeah. So what's the best gig that you've played? I mean, I know we've talked about the first gig, but what gig would you describe as the best gig that you've played?
Well, I'd like to say the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
But they've all. I say this all the time with the band too. Every gig is a great gig at the end of the gig.
Yeah, that's true.
Once, you know, if you get through it, you're able to complete your entire show because, you know, people want to really be entertained. Like, they don't want to spend the money to come to a concert or an event and get a show that's not good. So if you have like certain things that happen, if a crowd grows during the time of your performance, if you get more and more people come up to the front of the stage, you know, that's a great gig. And fortunately for me, most of my gigs have been like that. You know, where people have come close in, felt the vibes and felt the energy and taken part and you know, want to get up on stage with me and dance and even, you know, but I've done like many different shows. I've done shows in front of thousands of people as well as I've done small parties for like 20, 30 people. You know, certain weird areas, but it's about sharing the music, sharing what I've created. That's always been my focus. So every show that I get to perform, I would consider to be a great show.
Brilliant. And how would you describe your worst gig?
Well, I've had some very weird happenings at gigs, but I would say that, you know, when the audio system fails, you know, when there's no lighting, people can't really see you, they don't know where you are when you're singing, you can't connect. If you have a stage, but the equipment issues again, you have to end up performing right on the ground, like face to face in front of your crowd.
Is that scary?
You know? Yeah, and I'm not a very tall person, so you know, people have to really gather around you. It's like a gang. They circle around you just to see what you're doing, and you know, I do a lot of dancing and stuff, you know, so it's difficult to really connect with the entire audience if you have to perform like on ground level. So those gigs I think would be the most difficult. But when you have success at those events, let me tell you something, you have friends for life. Because you've actually included those persons in your entire performance. They appreciate that. They appreciate that, you know, you're not fearful, you didn't give up, you didn't say this is below your standard and you walk off, you know, like a diva or anything like that. They really appreciate that. At the end of the day, it's about the people. When you talk about stage, it's about your audience. When you want to be creative and do your own thing, you do that in the studio. You know? That's your time. And stage time is for the people.
That's true. Wow, it's been a lovely ride. Don't go away. There's still more to come. On Probe the Art with Emmy Hikins on Deepstuff Radio, and a lovely singer, songwriter, performer, bubbly, entertainer, Dyson Knight, all the way from the Caribbean, Bahamas. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly.